and I'm trying so hard to see myself, and I'm not seeing anything. So I told myself, I said, oh, come on, Lisa, there's 15 Reiki masters in this room and you're not seeing anything. Try harder. So all of a sudden I saw my feet and they were in the sand, and I saw ocean waves covering my feet, like going over my feet. And then I'm up above this looking down, and there's my grandfather who had passed. And out comes my dog Sparky, who had passed. And he runs up to him and he's jumping up and down like, hi, I see you, I see you. And I'm like, oh my, then I was like, my God, I'm actually seeing something.
Hi, Lisa. Nice to meet you.
Asha,
You had a near-death experience and you felt like everything was one again. So I was hoping you'd like to talk about that. Is that all right?
I sure would. It was actually not a near-death experience. It was a spiritually transformative experience through an out-of-body experience that happened in 2017, so 7 years ago. I went to an all-day spiritual seminar called Empowering You to Be Your True Self. It was hosted by what she calls herself a trans medium, a spiritual advisor lady who comes to our town a couple times a year. So during this all-day seminar, the first half of it was spent on just writing down, who are you, who's hurt you, and who do you need to forgive? So we spent a lot of time digging deep into ourselves, and we didn't share it with the group, but it just really opened us up to learning more about our life and those kind of things. Then in the afternoon, she was helping us to learn how to work with energy, with crystals, tarot cards, tuning forks, and things like that, which I'd never done before. So this was all new to me. At the very end of the day, she held what she called a deep guided meditation. And she played 432 megahertz music during this meditation, and she guided us on having these 3 tiers of experience. One was find your loved ones that have crossed. The second one was go in the library, pick a book for you and see what's in it. And the third tier was get in the elevator and go up 10 floors. So there I am in the room. There's about 15 to 20 people in the room. I've never meditated before. I really didn't know what I was in for. I'm sitting there, the music's playing. She's starting to guide us. She says, go find a spot that you love, like the mountains or the ocean or creek, water, beach. And I'm trying so hard to see myself, and I'm not seeing anything. So I told myself, I said, oh, come on, Lisa, there's 15 Reiki masters in this room and you're not seeing anything. Try harder. So all of a sudden I saw my feet and they were in the sand, and I saw ocean waves covering my feet, like going over my feet. And then I'm up above this looking down, and there's my grandfather who had passed. And out comes my dog Sparky, who had passed. And he runs up to him and he's jumping up and down like, hi, I see you, I see you. And I'm like, oh my, then I was like, my God, I'm actually seeing something. So after I saw that, she said, okay, it's time to go to the library and find a book. I'm in this library, and honestly, it looked like a Harry Potter library. It was all really dark wood, a lot of deep, dark wood. And I remember going like scanning and picking that book, a specific book. That's the book. And in front of me, this book opens, and it's huge, a big book like this big. And the first thing I see is some kind of symbol, and I didn't know what it was. It looked Roman or Gothic. I found it later, so I'll tell you what it was, but that was the first thing I saw. The second thing I saw was a really old skeleton key, like a metal skeleton key. And I had to look that up to see, why did I see that? I'll tell you about that too. The third thing that came in the book when the third page opened was an amazing illuminated blue and green fish. And I still can't figure out why I saw that one. But I closed the book, going on to the next thing. I don't know if you want me to tell you now what those things mean or after.
You're more than welcome. Keep going.
So talk about, okay. And also, I'm going to tell you what happened to me as I left my body, but then I have to also tell you what was happening to my physical self, because
Yeah.
they were both happening at the same time. Okay, so this Gothic kind of Roman thing that I saw is called Metatron's cube, and I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah. I
Uh,
have. Yeah.
I'll just read in case others don't know what it is.
Yes, sure.
Metatron's cube acts as the channel via the source of energy. It creates the potential field of creation. This is a field of very high vibrational frequencies with a capacity to ripple out all through existence, leading to the creation of physical matter, sound, and color. It represents the field of source energy, and it permeates throughout all levels and aspects of creation. So that's Metatron's cube. Then the old skeleton key. It says here, a symbolism of this key is an opening and discovering that which is hidden or secret. So that's that. Okay, so then third tier, go in the elevator. And I saw the elevator, but then I saw these wrought iron stairs to the left. And I went, oh, I want to take the stairs. I don't want to take the elevator. I'm going up these stairs. And it was like 3 rungs of wrought iron stairs, and in between them was a space. So I'm climbing up the first rung, and I jumped to catch the second. And as I'm climbing up the second rung, there's this beautiful young lady with a white flowing gown with long curly hair in front of me. And I don't see her face because she's going up these also. And she's in front of me. So I said, oh, she looks like she knows where she's going. I'm going to follow her. So after I jumped to the second one and I went up, and she's going faster and faster. So I had to go faster and faster. I jumped to the third one. I climb up, and all of a sudden I'm not there. I'm in static white light. And I look, and it's everywhere. This static electric white light. And I'm thinking to myself, where am I? And what am I supposed to be doing here? Right? Because I was just like being held there. Then I see in front of me this golden, illuminated light coming toward me. And it's like this warm, beautiful, unconditional love, non-judgment, amazing lights coming toward me. And I said, I know you. I've been searching for you my whole life. And I could feel like a smile through this light that was, it was like surrounding me, engulfing me. And these are telepathic words. I forgot to tell you that. I didn't say them out loud. These are thoughts, okay?
Yeah.
And this light says 3 words to me: look, Lisa, see. And it was very distinct and direct. And I was like, okay, I'm not afraid because you're so warm and loving. So what are you going to show me, right? So I'm in the universe, and I'm seeing all of our planets. And then because I'm in this light, and this light is taking me places, I go and I see Jupiter, and I can hear the vibration, the hum, the song, the sound of this planet. And then the next planet, the next planet, the next planet. I'm seeing every planet up close, like we're just floating by them. Then I'm back in the middle of space, and I'm being positioned like this, turned in position. And then I'm looking at one planet, and it's Earth. At first, I didn't know it was Earth because we were much farther away. But it was like a magnifying glass, like this, wow, showing me closer, and I'm back where I was, closer. So I could say, oh, that's Earth. He wanted me, I say he because it was like a male voice, wanted me to understand I'm showing you Earth now. The Earth was rotating, and one by one, I see these tiny white dots, like lights on Earth. As it's going around, there's a light here, a light there, a light there, and more lights are coming into my view, popping from Earth all the way around as the Earth turns entire rotation. So I'm seeing, hold on just a minute. I'm seeing these lights, and they're people's souls. I just could tell. And then one by one, these lights fly into my soul. slow at first. And I feel jealousy, anger, fear, hatred. All these lower negative vibrations are coming into me. And it got faster and faster and faster until I felt like I was going like this, like that. And it was so fast. I said, I'm going to explode. I'm going to explode. And everything stopped. And I was all of a sudden in what I call the no thing. No sound, no light, no thoughts, no, nothing but I would call it the original place of creation, right? I don't know if anyone's ever talked about this, what I call the no thing, but I was held in this with unconditional love, no pain, nothing. Just I was like let go and freed. And then her voice was bringing us back out of the meditation. So I back in my body. Now, how I got out of my body physically as I'm sitting at the table, I started to feel my arms raising up, like this. And I felt strong white light in my palms pulling me out of my body. And my body became paper thin. Like couldn't feel that I had a body. It was like translucent, like transparent. I couldn't, sorry. I had no physical form, right? This was happening. I forgot to tell you one important thing. As I was out in the universe, I wanted to check on myself at the table. And so I thought, I got to check on Lisa. And immediately I'm looking at myself sitting at the table and I'm just sitting there like this. I'm like, she's fine. Okay, back I go. Another thing that happened while I was up there is when he was positioning me like this to see Earth, I said, oh, like this, I'm going to fall. I'm going to fall. And he said, no, I've got you. You will not fall. Oh. Yeah. I came back out of that meditation. Like I couldn't believe that this could actually happen. And I couldn't believe that it happened to me. We didn't talk about it. That was basically the end of the day. And I went home going, what the heck? Like that. So wow. I came back with being able to do things like I could hear people's thoughts. I could see auras around everything. I was turning up lights by walking by. I was turning on appliances by walking by. I was able to open doors without touching the handle by thinking it. There were so many things I was doing and I didn't understand the why of it or the how of it or how to live like that. But I lived like that for quite a while. And I would do my normal things, go to restaurants with friends, but I could hear every thought that they were thinking. And it was kind of made me laugh because, you know, I don't know, I couldn't make these things stop. In time, it kind of dwindled because I had to get back into 3D living, right? So these things kind of left me, but it took a long time before that settled down. Anyway, so I had this calling to go to Mount Shasta in 2018. So the experience happened in 2017. In 2018, I really wanted to go to Mount Shasta and I wanted to hire a guide to take me on the mountain. So I did that. And it was an amazing experience. And Saint Germain was there with us. And there was so many rainbow colored orbs around me because he would take these pictures. And I have the pictures and I can see that they were all around me. And just, I was praying for humanity. I was praying for, you know, the healing of the planet. And there were so many large things that I was praying for while I was there. On the airplane ride home, I had like a knocking in my third eye, like a tapping. And do you want to write? It's time to write. And I'm like, all right, I got paper and a pen. I'm on the airplane. And I wrote this really amazingly profound writing that I would like to read because it's probably just one of the most profound ones that I have. And I kept writing after that. I'll tell you about that after, but if you don't mind.
Yes, please.
Okay. Everything is vibrational frequency energies. We are here on earth to learn to lift our own and in turn each other's vibrations, all in search for the one infinite creator, who I will call God, and the unity among us. This is done by living our lives as our creator is, through laughter, sharing, caring, loving, showing kindness, compassion, and service to others. In order to raise one's vibrations high enough to live each day in this blissful state. Uh-oh. I have a back. It's repeating what I'm saying. Okay. From the heart of giving, one must be cured from any previous turmoil, pain, and sufferings created through life path choices and others. This can only be done through forgiveness of first yourself and then others. This takes much deep soul-searching work, turning all that is stuck inside out to see it for what it was and release it from inside. In turn, this can eliminate diseases as thoughts become things. Thoughts of negativity toward others will not only hurt that other self, but more importantly, hurt your own self, as any thoughts to words that stray from source stick inside and can create disease. What you think is powerful. What you say is powerful. We are all co-creators, as a piece of God is inside of us, in the quantum DNA parts, waiting to be discovered, felt, and used for the good of all of humanity. Ooh, there's more. We're getting there. Okay. We are much more than this heavy-bodied human shell, as inside us are infinite heart souls. We are light and love, alive from the cosmos, free to share our light in the unity of love. Each of us is the same in our core selves before the earth teachings and lessons begin, as we each are a piece of the whole from God. The ultimate goal is to see others as yourself, on similar paths, trying to grow, learn, and evolve, just the same as you, but with different lessons and circumstances. We, as a species of humans, are to learn to evolve together, not separately. It is the collective consciousness raised vibrations of many that assist in the ascension of a healed society and earth. Again, collective consciousness is the key, a oneness with all, not segregation and separation. It is time to find your strength and beauty within and bring it forth to others. This is the shift in consciousness as the earth is moving from a third dimensional energy planet through forth into a fifth dimensional energy planet, as was already foretold by many of our ancestors, masters, and prophets. Each of us is at a different part of this process of raising our own vibrations to match a fifth dimensional planet. This will happen regardless. The new energy waves have already been streaming in, thus symptoms are occurring along with it. No, you are not going crazy. I was given predicted years, and I hate to give years, but I was given these, so the predicted years were 2012 to 2036, with 2020 being a very key important year. Now is the time. And I wrote this in 2018.
So I just got goosebumps.
I know. I ended it with, I wish all of you much happiness, peace, love, and laughter. That was what was written after I went to Mount Shasta. And it was written without me thinking. I mean, I didn't know what I was writing. It was just coming on the paper so fast, without thinking, without stopping. That was all written.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. So since then, the writings didn't stop. I would blank myself out, like take myself aside and write on paper. Sometimes my eyes were closed. Sometimes I didn't even look, and I would write. And this was happening at least once a day in the beginning. And then it got less frequent, like once a week. And as of today, it slowed down, but I still have these writings, and I did collect them all, kept them. And they are in 2 books that I have out. And I'm not here to tout my books or sell my books, but there's some unbelievable writings in there about what we're going through today, what's happening. And I wrote these things in 2018 and 2019, and it still holds true today. Yeah.
Please share your books. What books? What are they called?
Pure Soul Truth, Messages from Beyond, and then Pure Soul Truth, The Messages Continue. And they're
Where can people on Amazon? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll post that in the links below as well. So it seems like a common theme is actually forgiveness, because
Yes. And non-judgment, forgiveness of yourself and others, and non-judgment of yourself and others. Yeah. And love,
yeah,
unconditional.
that is a profound experience that you had. What did the other people experience in that room? Because she must have
Well,
really taken you deep.
I know this. Tears were flowing down my eyes, and I couldn't make them stop because of the amount of love that was there that you don't feel here on earth. It was so magnificent. I couldn't help but cry. And there was a gentleman 2 seats away from me, also crying the same as me. But no, I didn't hear anybody else crying in the room. I heard I knew I was. You don't give a crap when you're up there and doing stuff. You don't care what you're doing. And he was too. And he came up to me afterwards and he said, wow, I used to have to do some serious drugs to get this to this point, but I didn't have to this time. And I'm looking at him like, well, I don't do drugs and I never did this. So I don't know what to say. I'm like, yeah, I didn't expect this to happen to myself. Yeah.
So I know I haven't done astral traveling, but I know they say it's more real than being in the physical body. It's not an imagination. You're actually feeling it,
Yeah,
smelling
way
things.
more real than my earth life. Because it's feeling based, emotion based, and it's in your soul. You can't escape it. And yeah, it hits right in the core. Right in the core. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I know everybody that's had that kind of experience. So it is a kind of a near death because it's the same experience. You leave your body, you go to another dimension.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily have to die. And I've heard a few people say that already, that it's not necessary to have a near death to have those experiences, and you're living proof of that,
Yeah,
you know.
true. Even if you're naive and didn't know it could happen.
Yeah. So is it something you'd be able to do again, or you wouldn't want
I get
to?
patient and I get as far as seeing these swirls of, it's always the same color, white, cobalt blue, and purple. And I can see it's almost like a portal, but I never get out. And I don't, I've thought about, there's people out there teaching OBE methods like Darius Wright. I don't know if I
Yeah.
can name,
Yeah, you
I
can.
him and I'm like, I should do it. I should do it. I should study his program and get out again. I just haven't yet. Yeah.
There's quite a few programs out there. I know they started with the Monroe Institute. I've been
Mhm.
looking into that. I think there's a lady on Facebook called Laura Starr. She does a lot of astral travel
Okay. I don't know her, but
podcasts.
yeah. So one
Yeah.
thing, another led to another, led to another. After I came back, I studied everything I possibly could about spirituality and life between lives and all that stuff because I wanted to know how could this
Yeah.
happen and all that, and more information and knowledge about spirituality. And then that led me to sound healing therapy. I got a certificate in that, and I play crystal singing bowls and put together my Zen room so I had a place to go when I want to meditate or play the bowls to music. It's always
Yeah.
43528 963 megahertz music.
Yeah.
That led
I
to,
know sound is quite a big thing.
yeah, sound is vibration. We are vibration. It's
Yeah.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I
So
got the whole cosmic disclosure and ET alien races and, all that stuff. I mean, there's so many things to learn, if you're open to it.
yeah, I know. And they're coming more and more now. So can be open to that.
Yeah.
Um, you said that there were these lights coming from Earth and that these emotions were hitting you.
Yeah.
Were you absorbing that? Was it some people you
No,
knew?
they were
What
coming
was
in,
that?
passing through, but I felt every emotion that was coming into me. And it was only one at a time. Each white light gave me one negative emotion. You
Wow.
know, I don't know. I can't figure out why. Was that, I can't figure out why, right?
Yeah.
What did you show me that? Why did I have to experience that? Why did I go through that? It didn't seem like those were all me in past lives coming through me to release negative emotions that I was hanging on to. It didn't seem like that's what it was for. But it could have been. I mean, I can't figure that out. Why?
Yeah, I mean, it's a curious thing. I'm wondering if maybe it's also that we all feel, because we're all part of the collective. What happens to one happens to all of us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
that's when I did have the realization that we are all one and we are all from this creator light. That certainly showed me that we are all connected. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. So how long were you in this meditative state? Because obviously you were gone for quite a long time out there,
I
but on
was.
Earth time.
It was like a max 30-minute meditation, and I felt like I'd been gone for days. Days.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So, and has it affected your relationships with other people? Do you see, I mean, you would have changed, I'm
I
sure.
changed, yes, inside. I changed the way I look at things. I changed the thoughts I used to have are no longer there. The negative emotions are not there. I see things from a broader perspective than I did before. I didn't change my life per se. I just changed myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
The way
yeah,
everything is different. It's
yeah,
changed. I
yeah,
have an awareness of expanded awareness. Yeah.
yeah. Amazing. And you said you could hear people's thoughts. So I know I watched, I think it was
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Almighty,
Okay.
and he was playing God and he could hear all the thoughts.
Uh,
But I mean, when you hear thoughts, is it obviously they're not blocking you, they're not aware you can hear their thoughts, but you hear it as if you're hearing them talking in your ears.
I'm
And what
hearing.
are they thinking? I
I'm
mean, just
hearing
out
what.
of interest.
I'm hearing what they're thinking in their head. It's coming
Yeah.
right in my head.
So like they might be thinking, oh, the wait is
They're
taking
not.
too long, or
They're not saying it with their mouth. They're thinking,
yeah.
and I'm catching it every from all, like, even when we went out to dinner, there's five of us out. I could hear everything every one of them was thinking, and it was making me giggle. It was making, because some of it's silly, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure. Like, and I suppose you can also hear people's thoughts that are pretending to be nice, but they're not being nice to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't hear people's thoughts anymore. That was fresh when I came back. I was able to do all those things for quite a while, but anyway, yeah.
Well, I don't know. That might be a good thing. I used to always, growing up, I used to believe that people could read thoughts. And I never got that. And I told my parents, and they said, no, it's not possible. And I thought it must be possible.
Mhm.
Never been able to do it, but I had
Yeah,
that thought from somewhere.
yeah,
Um, so now, okay, so you mentioned the void. Like I call it the
yeah,
void, the no thing.
yes,
And it's almost like it's an expectancy of, there's an energy there, but it's quiet, it's silent.
silent, no sound at all.
Is that like
It's
it's
beautiful
almost like
state.
a pregnant place, like an expectant place that you can birth things.
Yes, I agree. It's where we probably start before we create anything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It was beautiful. I wasn't afraid. It was beautiful. Yeah.
Because I heard, like, I haven't had a near death experience, so I don't know, but I'm piecing it all together in my own way. But
Hmm.
there are different dimensions that people go to depending on how far away they get from the body. So initially, a person might just leave their body and they'd be looking at it from the ceiling or whatever. But
Hmm.
there are those that go into the void, and there are those that go beyond the void. So would you say it's an actual place? Would you say like it's a holding
Yeah, it felt
place?
holding place. It felt the same as the white static light, because couldn't. I was just being held there,
Yeah.
but completely different because there was no sound. Have you ever heard no sound before? Oh, yeah,
No drumbeat of the universe. No,
no,
nothing.
nothing.
I've been in an isolation tank in a
That might be close.
yeah. But they no, because you could even there I could hear my heartbeat because
Mm,
my ears were yeah.
yeah, no. Not
But not scary.
one bit. No, not when you're with that kind of amazing crater light, infinite light. You're not afraid of anything. No.
So I know that Joe Dispenza does the work that he does. He puts electrodes on your brain and you can actually measure when you're going to go into an altered state.
Oh,
I wonder if
really?
that's something you could try maybe. I know you have to do his course first, and then only you're allowed to attend one of his live
Okay.
workshops.
Yeah. I didn't know that. I know who he is, but I didn't know
Mm.
that.
Yeah, so but because he said he could actually see
Mm.
um, on the ECG scan when someone's about to have a Kundalini experience. He
Wow.
can show how the brainwaves start to peak, and he's got very specific targeted meditations to get you into that brainwave state, the gamma
Thing.
to the gamma brainwave state. So
It's
you were obviously there, yeah.
yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. So
Hmm.
have you ever been back to that person for the meditation again, or was it just like a
Oh,
once-off
yeah.
thing?
I worked with her afterwards because you know, trying to make sense of that experience. So, um, yeah, but for a while I worked with her. Then I just kind of had to figure out myself, my direction, my life, and I definitely couldn't be in the corporate business world anymore. After 35 years, I didn't want to do it anymore. I got out. I couldn't just ugh, I just couldn't do it. Okay. Just put it like that.
I know, right? It's
Yeah.
very power structure. There's that
Hmm.
power infrastructure and very cold.
Yes, very much so. Non-appreciative
Yeah,
hierarchy. Yes. So I
yeah.
just, I don't know. I do moderate 3 Facebook groups. 2 are near-death experience groups, and one is called the Event is Happening group. And I
Uh-huh.
was the IONS video librarian for several years. So
Wow.
part of that, do you know what IONS is?
Yeah, the international, yeah,
Associative Near-Death Studies.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So I mean, I'm involved in these kind of things as much as I can be because that's my space now. But I
yeah.
don't have one platform on my own. I kind of just put myself in many different places to try to teach where I can, and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. So, okay, I just want to go back. So, you had to, when you started with this meditation, and I know that wasn't about what you were talking about, but it definitely got you on that place because I went and did a John DeMartini workshop, the breakthrough experience. And we had to work with somebody that we have the most resentment
Oh,
towards.
okay.
And he guarantees a shift. I mean, if you don't clear something, if you don't feel a shift, then, it's like just get your money back. But
Yeah.
it was so powerful. And I think the message that people actually need to take home from this is that forgiveness, it sits in your heart, it blocks your heart, it stops you from loving people.
Right.
But when you release that, you're also able to go to higher frequency because it holds your energetic level down.
Yes, that's very true. Throughout my whole life, I had learned to let go. I never held on to anything. I forgave many times over and over again and let go of the hurt. I just naturally did it throughout my life. I didn't, I don't know how, why, but I did.
But
It,
that's
it's
it. Well, you know what? I know from speaking to a lot of people, you would not have had this experience if you weren't already a more ascended person than average. Like you would not be able to do it
uh,
because we, as a human, we need to progress through consciousness. You can have a leap, but you wouldn't have naturally been forgiving people unless you already had that consciousness level. I don't think so. Yeah.
so born here with it, I guess you'd say, right? It was already with me.
Well, yeah, you carry on where you left off at the last time round. So whatever you do in your life, you will continue with. You don't stop and start on a clean slate. You literally will just carry on
Mm-hmm.
where you left off. That's why for me it's so important. Like you cannot take your possessions with you, but you do take yourself with you. So
Yeah,
if we could do as much. Actually, I watched a TikTok
clearing.
today. There's that hurricane, what's it called? The one that's Hilton. Is it Hurricane
Milton,
Hilton? It's
Florida.
Milton.
Yes, my brother lives in Florida and he's staying at home. So I,
There's there's a lady there who said she's staying in her home. She's
yeah,
not leaving. And
oh,
she's on the beachfront.
He's not on the beachfront. He's inland, but he's close to Tampa. He's in a town called Lutz. But
Okay.
hopefully he feels like he's far enough away from the coastline that he won't get hit too bad.
Yeah.
And he has shutters on his windows that are down. And we're keeping in touch.
Wow. That is
Yeah.
crazy. So do you have any like precognition or anything like that as well that came from it, or not really?
Anyway,
I know you talked about the world events like psychic ability, where you saw that 2020 was a big thing that's going to happen.
Yeah. Let me see. There's something in my second book. Well, I marked a few things here. Universal consciousness, the return. Maybe that's a good one. I wrote about things that we're going through right now in these books. It never stopped. And they're really like from a higher consciousness level, it's almost like, that's why I call them universal truths, because but I thought I might find one about, here's one, no despair. Let me read this one.
Yep.
Do not despair what you see on the surface. And this was in my first book. So this was written in 2018. The awakening has many levels for all to see, and all are correct in their visions. It will play out as predicted. The key is to know that you are all one being, one collective consciousness. These pieces are coming together to show all the whole of it. Yes, it is a spiritual journey first. Because you are human and living here right now, it may be hard to grasp this part, but know that what you are all doing to bring awareness to your planet is huge. Many are now caring about the whole of it beyond themselves only. And that is the start of what the Pleiadians felt also. To care about God's creations, which includes you, is what bonds you together further than you know. Share your truths without judgment of one another so as not to separate again. We see your goal is to unite in truth, and that is what you are doing right now. Hold on and keep your faith, as it is so needed during your now time.
Wow. You really need to get your books out. So feel free to punt them.
I've given away more than I've sold because it's the information that's important. I'd never made an outlet for it besides, it's just, I don't know what to do.
Well, again, the right person will come along and need that information at the right time.
Who have asked for them. I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the knowledge and the information.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the same reason I do the podcast. It's like building a community of speaking out, that there is a resource, because I was looking for resources and I couldn't find any. So I thought, well, if I can't find them, then I'll create.
Beautiful thing. It's beautiful what you do.
Yeah.
That's even a much faster, better way to get the information out there.
Well, what is interesting is that there are the people that are interested, and there are people that are just, it goes right over their head and they don't care. But it's not for those people. It's for those who are looking. And again, it's just making it available. If your book is available and it's online and they can come across it, well, there it is. So the right person may need it. And it, to me, even if it just touches one person's life, it can make a difference in one person. It has that ripple effect out into wherever, into the ether. Yeah.
First, people have to be open to the experience of near-death experiences and out-of-body experiences, and they have to be open to that before they'll even touch my book.
I think somebody was saying the other day, we need proof. Why are you so worried about the way the earth is going or whatever? And I'm thinking, why would you not be?
Right. Exactly.
Why would you not even ask the question? I mean, you're being guided and we're being led down this path that is so destructive. There's so much poison in our foods, and there's so much poison in our water and the medications they're giving, and people are just blindly taking it.
Yes.
And getting more and more sick and wondering why.
They have to have the ability to see with a larger screen, a larger lens, a larger awareness of. That has to come first.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, first they laugh, then they start asking questions, and then it becomes accepted as as truth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
initially you just got to keep talking. Be like the mad preacher on the street corner.
On another group called Realm for Truth, and these people are QHHT people, plus also digging into what's happening on our Earth. You know, seeing the whole of it, the whole picture. Yeah, so it's great to talk with these people.
Yeah. I know you mentioned Darius Wright earlier. He said that the Earth is flat, but it's got a dome around it.
But it has a what?
A dome. So it's not actually, it is a ball.
Saying that I've listened to a lot of stuff.
But it's like the eye, like your eyeball. So you've got a lens, and then you've got a dome around the lens on the top.
Yeah.
What did you see? I know you say the Earth is spinning. I've been listening to a lot of.
And I saw the Earth was rotating this way. That would be
anti-clockwise. Yeah.
That's what I saw, because it was slow at first, so I could see each tiny little light before it flew into me.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if it blew into you, what happened with it? Did you heal it maybe?
It was so strong, I can tell you. I felt like my body was going like that every time one went in, like that. It was strong. I don't know. Was I transmuting these negative emotions? Is that what that was about?
Could be.
Could be.
Because if that's my question. I don't know. If you're a beacon of light is the transformative thing. So if you're going to be around people that are in a negative state, they get attracted towards that light. Unless you can keep recycling your own light and getting yourself strong, it's going to drain you eventually. But if you are strong enough, then you'd be able to do that. I know Saint Germain did that. He transmuted the light. That was his role, actually, as the purple flame. The violet flame is to transmute energy.
Very interesting. I don't feel the things everybody else feels anymore, negative wise. I don't have it. It's gone. It was taken away.
That's amazing. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe. Maybe that's what it was. I came back, it's gone. All of it. I don't have those kind of emotions. I just don't.
That's weird. You know what's changed for me is I have been having the void in my head.
What? Say it again.
My head has been so quiet. I don't have thoughts. Like, I have thought every now and then, but I'm always present.
Same.
And it's very frustrating.
Only now thoughts. Only right now, in every now moment. That's it. I don't have thoughts. I don't linger. I don't linger. I just don't anymore. It's a beautiful place to be, because you're open and free.
Yeah.
Nothing's bogging you down, Yeah. When there.
It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now what do? You're moderating in that, and you've done the singing.
Well, I do deliver meals to seniors in our town. I do that because it gives joy and pleasure and happiness. I do that. Nice. My books are done. I'm not doing that anymore. It's like I fill my time with walking in nature, listening to high vibe music, art, doing I do a lot of what they call Mandela art. Mandela art, Mandelas. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty free. Like I study things.
Nice. So, and if people wanted to get hold of you, how can they get hold of you if they wanted to chat or check in?
I don't mind that at all. If they want my email, that's fine. What do people normally give?
If you had a website or something, but I mean, if you don't,
I did not create anything separate than who I am already. I put my Facebook page, I put it right out there, even though I know a lot of people that aren't going to understand it. I still do it because I didn't want to hide myself or make myself somebody different than I already am. So I create a separate space. It's just Lisa Kobelinski. So it's nice. Lisa Kobelinski at gmail.com is my email.
Got it. I'll put it in the link as well. Lisa, do you have a message for the viewers before we go?
Everything comes from unconditional love. The more we can love everything around us, the higher the vibration of yourself will be. I'm talking plants, animals, even rocks. Everything has a vibration. To keep your vibration high, it stems from love.
Yeah, thank you. And on that note, just a question. If they can't feel love, what do they do? Like, how would they reach that place? What do you say to that?
You can get there. Well, I'm going to talk about her then. This is the music I heard when I was out in the cosmos. This is the closest music I've found to what I was hearing. And it's from Meilan, Meilan, on YouTube. She has some angelic frequency music, which she sings with her crystal singing bowls. And she plays in multiple tones and vibrations, and they all come together as one. That will bring you there very fast.
Nice, lovely.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find it and maybe put a clip of it at the end. I'll have to get her permission first.
It's amazing. That will get you there very fast.
And what about binaural beats and things like that? I know you mentioned 432 hertz.
I have listened to some binaural beat music. For me, it's all good. Whatever somebody resonates with, but I'm not the biggest fan of binaural beats. I use something called synctuition meditation. I use that every night to take myself to a higher state. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
music can certainly do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, well, thank you so much.
Yeah. Happy to have met you.
Yeah, likewise. Is that one of the mandalas you've drawn? That
is James Newman. He's had 3 near-death experiences, and he does this art from his soul. And this is a painting that I bought from him.
Wow.
Yeah. James Newman. He does Alignment Life is the name of his group, and he does YouTube videos too.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, maybe I'll connect with him as well.
Yeah.
Lisa, thank you so much. It was lovely meeting you.
Thank you.
It was lovely hearing your story.
Thank you too.
Very inspirational.
Great. Awesome. Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe to the channel below. It helps YouTube to send you more content like this, and you'll be the first to know when a new video is released. To watch my most recent uploads, click on the cards above.